Okay, so what we're going to do is going to set up an action for LP1 Photoshop gesture drawings. So the action will enable you to get right to drawing on your images, so you don't have to keep repeating these same steps over again. So the first thing we're going to do is look to our window. Make sure we're on Photoshop. So go to Window, and if you don't see it, you want to click Actions. And mine was out here, and I like it docked out here next to my history. It's there. What I'm going to do, you'll have default actions. So the first thing you want to do is make actions for yourselves. So you make a, a folder down here. We create a new set list, a new set. Click that, and I'm going to call it my name, TW Actions 2. Because I already have my TW Actions here, so I'll give it a different name. But you name it whatever you want. The name is so you know what it is. So I'll hit OK, and what it is, create a folder. So now that folder's highlighted. Now I want to create my new action. My new action I want to create is to have a white background and then another layer on top that I can draw over my image. So I'm starting with this original JPEG. And where is it? This one, Lacrosse 1914 JPEG. So to do this, I'm going to create a new action. First thing I needed to do, first I made a new set. Now I'm going to create a new action. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to name it LP1 PS for Photoshop gestures. So this name is just so I know what it is. When I look at my list of actions, I understand what that is. So you're naming it what makes sense to you. So as soon as I hit record, Photoshop will remember my different steps that I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is hit record here. And the first thing I want to do is create a new layer. So to create the new layer, I am going to come down here in Photoshop, and down at the bottom here, trying to see if it shows up, but it creates a new layer here. Create new layer. Click that. So create a new layer. I'm going to change the layer order, bring that underneath. And I can't do that, so what I need to do to this layer first is to double click it and call it layer 0. I'm just going to keep it as layer 0, so I'm going to just say OK. Not going to change anything. I need to double click it to unlock it here. So by that, I call it layer 0. It unlocks it. That lock went away, so now I can bring this layer underneath. With that layer highlighted, I'm going to go to Edit, Fill, and I'm going to use white. And I'm going to say OK. So it filled that layer in white. So if I turn this off there. So now I'm going to come back to this layer, and I'm going to create a second layer on top that I could draw over. So I can draw over and do my gesture drawing. So to do that, I'm going to come back down to create a new layer. And to create a new layer, and that's on top, that's highlighted, so it's ready for me to draw on. So every time I bring up an image, I could do this. So what I'm going to do is hit stop, because this is where I want to stop in my creating of the action. So I hit stop playing, stop recording. It's been recording all along. So I hit stop. So what have I done? So let's take a look. I'll look at a different image. With this here, I could draw on top of my image. So even got the red there. Let's say I go to my brush tool, and in here, and I could draw my line of action on this character. I don't have my CT for my mouse, but just like that. So I'm drawing, and you see as I'm drawing, it's drawing over that, and I see that on the white. So then I can go back in and draw it, which I'll show us in class. But I wanted to show you how to do this action as a video right now. So that's how that works. I'll do a Command Z on that. Alright, so I'll come back to this next image, and I have this other lacrosse player, and what I want to do is run that action that I just created on it. So I want to come back to the top of my list. I have TW Actions 2. I have LP Gesture, so I'm going to select that. close that up. I don't need to see all the steps. So I have that selected. It's in my new set that I just created, a new folder, and I have this new action. So when I hit the play button, it's going to do everything right now. So right now it's just a single layer. So I want to be able to create that white background layer and another layer to draw over. So I hit the play button, and here I am, right there, ready to start drawing. I have that new layer, and I'm going to start doing my drawing. So if any questions, let me know, but this should be a good way to set up and do your actions.